Good morning. Happy Sabbath once again. And today we're still talking about Jacob. Now, Jacob, the title for the lesson is Running Away Again. Poor Jacob. Just when he thought he was settled, right? But now he runs away from his father-in-law. What happened? Well, the father-in-law had him working for him 14 years with no pay, and then 6 years more with pay, but making his life miserable. Every time accusing him of trying to take his animals and whatever else. But Jacob was always very honest, very hardworking, and never took, and the Bible says that I never even took any goat, any animal to eat. If anything, he will take any animal that is dead or whatever, and then he will do something with that. But the father-in-law was not a very truthful man, not very honest. And so the lesson is going to be very long compared to others for you to read at home. So I'm going to tell you where you can find this story. It's Genesis chapter 30, verses 25 to 43, all the way there. And then chapter 31, the whole chapter 31, all right? And in there you're going to find all the details I cannot tell you in a very short time, as I try to do every Saturday. But the memory verse is found in Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. And this is a very short and very good advice for every one of us. It says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart. Not just halfway done. Make it the best, all right? Perfection, no one. Okay, but the best you can make. And so the story for today, Jacob heard his in-laws, brother-in-laws, talking about a complaint they were making that Jacob has made himself rich thanks to all the things that the father had. Okay, that his success was all thanks to the riches of their father. And then Jacob said, wait a second, there's something going on here. Everybody is unhappy with me. So he talked to his wives. He had 2 sisters, yes? What are the names? Leah and Rachel. And so he talked to them and said, you know what, we're going to pack everything that we have and we're going to leave. And in that conversation came the money that he supposedly made to give the father, so the father will give that money to the daughter, remember? That was the custom in those times, but one of them said, you know, he never gave us any of our money. He took all of the money and used it all. So Rachel did something that was not honest. There's always dishonesty, I think, in all families, but we have to try to be better every year, okay? Every time. But Rachel went ahead, since she knew they were leaving, she went and took some gods, figurines, things that are worth a lot of money. She took all those things from the house and hid them in her carry-on, whatever they carry the stuff on, boxes or whatever. And she kept them with her stuff. And 3 days after they had left, they didn't say anything to Laban. 3 days later, Laban was told that Jacob wasn't around, that he already left. It's like, what? And he was so bothered by it, but God visited him in his dream and told him, speak no good or no evil to Jacob. Whatever you do, just don't do anything bad to him. And so he had that in his head when he left. It took them, how many? It was 3 days also. 3 more days before they got to the mountains where they were camping. And he confronted Jacob and said, you know, everything you have it thanks to me. And you dare take away, steal stuff of my house. Jacob was so upset. He said, I haven't taken anything. And if anyone here took anything, you can kill that person if you want. I don't care, because I didn't take anything. So you search and see what you can find. He searched everything. And he went to the tent of Leah, and then Jacob's, and then he went to the tent of Rachel. And Rachel was sitting on top of her things. And the father said, okay, move, because I need to check everything here. Oh, Father, I'm in that time of the month, you know, when the girls have their period. I'm in that time of the month, and I cannot stand. Please forgive me. So he believed her. And he never searched where all those idols were hidden. So once he saw that he couldn't find anything, he went to talk to Jacob. And Jacob said, you know, oh, and he also told Jacob that, you know, just because your God sent me a message last night not to hurt you, not to do all this, and because I didn't find anything, but they talked, and then Jacob said, you know, my God appeared to you, and you have been so unfair to me. 20 years I worked for you. I never, ever took anything from you. When you decided that the spotted or the animals with lines or whatever with the stripes, only those I could take, my God made all the new ones to come like that, and I took them, but it was fair. It was not because I took your animals. And when I presented the animals to you, I told you, if you find one that is not, then punish me, because I will be stealing. That would be considered that I'm robbing you. But no, I did everything according to the book. And you still mistrust me and were so mean to me, and I don't know what I did to you. So the father told him, okay, I'm sorry. Let's make, he said, a place where they took a big stone where they could gather together. It was like a peace meal or whatever. And then they said, you put some stones in there and make a little special place, and we'll do the same. And so this area will be remembered as the place where we became an agreement. And so at the end of all of this, there is, where's my Bible here, a verse that the father said it's in chapter 31, verse 45, I think it is, Genesis. Hold on, here it is. 31 verse, I need my glasses. When they said their goodbyes, he said, actually it's 49, verse 49, and it says, this place was called Galed, also Mizpah, because he said, may the Lord watch between you and me when we are absent one from another. And also, verse 50 is interesting. He said, if you afflict my daughters, or if you take other wives besides my daughters, although no man is with us, see, watching at him, right? God is witness between you and me. So they had an agreement, and they departed each one from the other happily. And so as we live our life, kids, remember that when we do bad things to other people, it can come back to us. And when we need help from other people, we might need someone to help us. And if we burn our friendships and our bad or mean to other people, we might be very lonely later. Laban could have had a wonderful son-in-law working for him forever, but he wasn't very good as a father-in-law. He was not very loving and caring, even though Jacob was a very good, honest son-in-law and took his only 2 daughters. Therefore, all the grandkids, Laban couldn't really have the time with them because they were not getting along. And so hopefully we learn from all the stories that we read in the Bible, and we see how God is always helping us, guiding us, and showing us the path to go to. Okay? So I hope you read the story in Genesis 30, what was it? What did I say? Genesis 30 and 31. Starting from verse 25 to 43 in chapter 30, because the other stuff is kind of difficult to understand, how the wives, the sisters, were going against each other because one couldn't have the kids and the other one had all these kids and all kinds of stuff. But from verse 30 to 25, no, from verse 25 to 43 is when the lesson starts with all the story of this family. So I hope I told you most of it, and I hope that if you have any questions, go to the Bible and read it. And have a wonderful Sabbath. Until next week, be as kind and helpful as you can with those around you. Goodbye.